Okay, so let's get settled in on the back. Take a moment to let the body relax completely towards the floor. And begin to feel the weight of the body being supported by the floor. Next time you exhale, see if you can let the body relax just a little bit more closely to the ground. Releasing anything that you might be holding. And then we're going to begin to take our attention back to our breath. So just shift the focus onto where the breath's traveling. So as you inhale, begin to follow the breath as it enters through the nostrils. Follow it traveling down the throat and down to the core of the body. And then as you begin your exhalation, start way down at the core. Begin to follow the breath back up and then back out through the nostrils or the mouth. Take a few moments to follow the breath for the next few rounds. As you follow the breath, it helps to bring the focus back into your own bubble, into your own mind and body. Here, as we feel ourselves quieted, let's take a moment. If you'd like to set an intention, do that here. If you'd like to take a moment to offer gratitude as well. Next, we take the attention back to the body and we begin to check in a little more closely. So we start with a body scan way down at the feet. And we let the attention travel up as we talk through it. So we start with the toes. Check in with the soles of the feet, with the tops of the feet. Check in with the heels, the ankles. Bring your attention to the shins, the calves, kneecaps, backs of the knees. Check in with the thighs, front and back. Check in with the hips, front and back. Notice the low back. How's it feeling? Notice how the belly's feeling. Move out to the fingers, check in there. Palms of the hands. Check in with the backs of the hands, the wrists, the forearms. Notice the elbows. Notice your upper arms. Notice how you're feeling in your shoulders. Notice how you're feeling at the backs of your shoulders on your upper back. And then notice how you're feeling in your chest. Notice the throat, back of the neck, back of the head. Take your attention to the facial muscles. And And then take the attention all the way to the crown, to the top of the head. And let's pause here for just a moment. And then begin to scan all the way back down through the body, back to the toes. Bring the attention back to the breath. And here we're going to start our 3-part yogic breath. So if you'd like to take a hand to the belly, we're going to start to send the breath way down deep into the belly. So the next inhalation, we expand way out and away, feeling the hand and the belly move upward. As we exhale, we're going to feel that hand move back down towards the spine. Inhale to the belly, expand it way out. And then exhaling slowly, starting to control that exhalation using the muscles. And one more time, inhale nice and deep to the belly, expand it way out. And then exhale, exhaling all the air from the belly. Return the breath to normal for a couple of rounds. And then next, we're going to take 2 hands to the rib cage. And we're going to send the breath right here into the ribs. So as we inhale, we're going to expand the ribs way out and away. As we exhale, we feel the ribs move back towards the center line. Inhale, expand the ribs. And then exhale again. One more time. Deep inhale, expand the ribs way out and away. And a slow exhalation, controlling that breath as you exhale all the air from the ribs. Turn the breath to its normal pace, a couple of rounds. Take a moment to notice how you're feeling. And then we take one hand right below the collarbones to the center of the chest. And this is where we'll focus our next round of breath. So we inhale to expand the top of the chest. Feeling that hand rise upward. As we exhale, the hand begins to fall back down to the floor. Inhale, expand the chest. And exhale. And one more time, slow the inhale down, really expand. Focus on the control, and then exhaling again, focusing on that control. Exhaling all the air from the chest. Back to normal with that breath. And then to finish up our breath work, we're going to put all 3 of those parts together, focusing on feeling the entire abdomen from belly to chest, and I'll talk you through that. So as you inhale, you're going to expand the belly, let that breath expand up into the ribs and then all the way to the collarbones. As you exhale, you start at the top, you exhale from the middle, and you exhale all of the air from the belly. 2 more, inhale belly, expand to the ribs, expand all the way to the collarbones. Exhale from the top. Exhale from the ribs. Exhale all the air from the belly. Last one, inhale, expand the belly. Expand up into the ribs. And expand all the way to the top. Exhale from the top. Exhale from the ribs. And then exhale all the air from the belly. Pulling the belly back towards the spine. And then return that breath to its normal pace. And check in with how you're feeling again. Now we start to integrate some movements to our breath. So as we inhale next, we're going to begin to stretch the arms overhead. Start to reach the fingers away from the toes. So stretching through nice and long, making the body as long as possible. And then maybe take one side longer than the other. Alternate to the opposite side if that feels good. Inhaling, we're taking that stretch right up the center again. As you exhale, start to hug your knees to the body. So as you're hugging the knees in, you can begin to rock from side to side very gently. Start to roll over the low back. Taking time to pause where you need to. And then we're going to take a hand on both knees, so same side, hand and knee. And you're going to start to take the knees into a circle, really reaching all the way around the sacrum as you rotate the legs. And slowing down that circle just a little bit so you can notice what's going on in the low back a little more closely. And then let's start going in the opposite direction, slowing it down, taking a minute to pay attention to the low back. Also taking a moment to pause anywhere that feels like it needs your extra attention. So let's take those knees back to stillness at the center. Take a moment to hug them to you one more time. And then next time you exhale, start to take the forehead towards the knees just to get that upper spine into the neck. A little more stretched and awake. As you inhale next, take the head back to the floor. Start to take the soles of the feet back to the floor. And then we're going to take, so the knees are bent, the soles are on the floor. We're going to start to walk the feet wider. And we're going to take our arms out into a T shape. So as you inhale here at center, you can start to exhale and drop the knees to one side. Doesn't matter which. And again, we're going to inhale through center and let the knees gently go to the other side. So with your own breath, you're just going to start moving the body, synchronizing movement with breath, creating a more meditative feel. And when you're ready, you can start to add the nose into the action. So the nose begins to travel the opposite direction of the knees. Here we're really working to loosen through the spine, the shoulders, the neck, the hips, all the fascia of the body. Now we're going to inhale everything through center. Exhale, so whichever side you were on, we're all going to exhale and let our knees fall to the right. Nose falls to the left. And we're going to start to open up that hip through breathing. So as we inhale, we're going to feel that left side hip expanding upward towards the ceiling. As you exhale, you're letting everything relax closer to the floor. We're staying right there in that twist for a few breaths. Inhale, expanding, even feeling the left side ribs opening up, maybe into the armpit, and exhaling, releasing everything down and away. And one more breath here. Deep inhale, expand through that left side body as much as you can. And exhale, relax everything closer to the mat. Next, inhale, start taking the knees and the nose back up through center. And then we're going to exhale to the opposite side, so knees left, nose right. And again, we take the attention to the breath. As we inhale, we start to feel that right side hip moving upward and expanding. Exhaling, we feel the body relax closer to the floor. Inhale, we're going to start to feel More of that right side moving, maybe into the ribs, expanding upward. And exhaling again, closer to the floor. And then one more deep inhalation here. Really expand that right side body as much as you can. Exhale everything again closer to the floor. Inhale, pull the nose and the knees back up to the center. Exhale, hug the knees one more time close to you. And then from here, you're going to start making your way up to your seat. So once you find your seat, you might want to grab your blanket to sit on in order to raise the hips a little bit for comfort, especially if your hips are feeling a little bit tight because you've been sitting at a computer all day. So just take a moment to get settled in a comfortable seated position. If crossed legs are not feeling good for you this evening, you can certainly pull your legs out ahead of you in any straight leg position that feels good for a few stretches from seated. And so in seated, let's just find our sits bones, move the flesh from side to side, feel that connection with the mat or the blanket. Maybe take the eyes closed for just a moment. Take a moment to check in with those sits bones. And then begin to feel the spine growing longer from there. So take the attention up the spine, starting at the bottom. And see if you can feel that spine get nice and long. See if you can imagine pulling up through the crown of the head a little bit taller. And then we're going to start to roll the shoulders around, so you can leave the eyes closed or you can open them. Taking the shoulders in a circle back. And then let's take the shoulders forward. Loosening up through the neck, behind the back at the shoulder blades, and also the front. Take the shoulders way up to the ears. Maybe just a little bit behind the ears, and then let them relax down comfortably. Again, to take the fingertips out to either side. And see if you can feel that weight just pulling the shoulders even a little bit more away from your ears. And the next time you inhale, start to reach the fingertips out and away from the heart center. Reach up towards the ceiling with your fingers, and then exhale. Again, you're reaching way out from your heart center, reaching out between your fingers of the right and left hand and letting those fingers touch down gently. Inhale, reaching way up. And exhale. And one more time, reach way up through the fingers. And exhale, reach out. Let those fingers touch down. At the end of your exhalation, reach up with the left hand as you inhale this time. And we're going to side stretch, so you can let that right hand start to slide out if that feels good. Just take the stretch as deep as feels good for you in this moment. Being mindful of your sits bones, making sure you still feel them, making contact with the floor. And anytime you feel like you need to move, to readjust, take that stretch where it needs to go. Think about reaching those fingers away from the armpit and feel that stretch grow longer along the side of the body. And then we're going to inhale up again, reach two hands up this time. Even out that spinal reach, and then exhale, we're going to take the left hand down. Start to reach over. So here again, just take a moment to adjust Find a good stretch you can stick with for a couple of breaths. Think about making that arm even longer out of the armpit to help feel that stretch farther, lower, closer to the hip, possibly. Take a couple breaths here. We're going to inhale way up again. Reach up with two hands. Exhale your hands to the heart. Next time you inhale, reach the arms ahead of you and start to open them out into a T shape. As you exhale, begin to take this right arm across the body, and then you're going to hook underneath it with the left arm as we start to open up through that shoulder blade, the right shoulder blade on the back. So be careful with your shoulder opening. Don't want to overstretch, but you can start to move that stretch deeper as it feels like you're ready to do so. You want to take it all the way into an eagle arm posture. You can take it here, but you most certainly can leave it just with a reach across and a pull from the opposite arm. Let's breathe here for 2 more breaths. So inhale, feel that stretch expand even deeper, and exhale, feel the body relax away from the tension. Inhale to expand, and exhale, relaxing. Upon your next inhalation, start to untwist. Reach the arms way out again into the T shape. Exhale, reach the left arm across. Begin to hook under with the right. So again, starting with a really gentle stretch. And then begin to take it as deep as feels good for you tonight. As you get to your deepest stretch, you're going to stay for a couple of breaths. Taking your attention to where you feel that stretch as you inhale, feeling that stretch expand. As you exhale, feeling the body relax away from the tension. One more inhalation. And exhale. Begin to reach out again, unwinding your inhalation. And then we're going to exhale the arms down. So let's just relieve that neck a bit. Inhale, reach the chin upwards towards the sky. Exhaling, we're tucking the chin towards the throat. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach the chin. Feel the throat grow long. And exhale, tuck the chin. Feel the back of the neck grow long. Inhale back to neutral. And then we're going to begin taking the feet ahead of us if you haven't already put them into that position. So we're going to check in with those sits bones one more time. You can keep your cushion or your blanket if that feels good for your seated posture, or you can move it out the way. So let's take the legs out wider. We're going to stretch a little bit more deeply into the hips here. So we're going to take the right sole of the foot in towards the inner thigh. You might want to have your pillow or your blanket handy for this. As we inhale, we're going to really pull the spine nice and long up through the crown of the head. And as we exhale, we're going to shift the body to face the straight leg. And so once you get there, think about inhaling to lengthen the spine one more time. And then as you exhale, you're going to start folding towards that leg. So we want to keep the back flat when we start this fold. We want to keep the back flat in order not to overstretch the low back. And so what we feel really here is the hip and the muscles right above the hip. This is where a lot of folks carry their tension of the day. So we want to move into that spot. This also helps to relieve the SI joint. Let's take one more breath here, and then we're going to straighten up as we inhale. We're going to go one more time in the same direction. So if you would like to get your pillow in order to relax a little more deeply into that forward fold, you can. So let's start from the beginning. We're going to inhale nice and long up through the spine. Exhale, twist towards the leg. Again, we inhale through the spine, nice and long through the crown. And then we exhale to fold. And so once you get to this forward fold, take time to adjust through your prop. And then take time to just relax over that leg for a couple of breaths. This time maybe a little more deeply. Let that upper body start to relax. You can take the palms of the hands towards the floor. And if it feels good, you can just let the head move further towards the leg as well. Just have one more deep breath here. Exhale, relax closer to the leg. And then we start to inhale, walking the hands back up and taking the body back to center. And then we're going to switch sides. So we're going to straighten out the right, pull in the left. Find those sits bones once again. Inhale nice and tall through the crown. Exhale to twist towards the straight leg. Inhale through the crown. Again. Exhale, we're folding. This time it's a flat back fold. So we're just starting that stretch, figuring out where we need to be feeling it. One more breath here. And then we inhale back up. We're going to grab our prop. Put that prop in place. Inhale the spine long. Exhale, twist. Inhale the spine long again. And exhale to fold. Take any actions necessary to get that prop in the correct place. The hands just come right down to the floor, palm down. Think about relaxing the ears away from the shoulders. And then the next time you exhale, let the body start folding and melting towards the leg. Letting the weight of the torso be supported by your prop. And again, lastly, if you'd like to let the head release, you can just let that head flop down towards your prop. I'm going to leave mine up because I'm talking. So let's breathe here for 3. And 2. And one more breath. And we inhale back all the way up. Coming back to center. Place our prop to the side. Stretch out both legs. We're going to come straight up the middle this time. Inhale through the crown, a long spine. Exhale, begin to walk the fingertips forward. Keeping that back flat again. So if you can do this, then you know that your back's flat. If you do this and you're curving forward, then you know you might need to make an adjustment. So we want to feel this stretch happening at the hamstrings. And if we start to curve forward, losing that flat back, then we don't feel it there as well as we should. So again, we walk up as we inhale. As we exhale, we're going to pull those legs together, shake them out. And then we're going to come around to tabletop position. Coming around to tabletop, start to check in with your alignment. Wrists and elbows are right below the shoulders. Check in with your fingers, maybe rock back and spread the fingers way out, and then let the hands come back down to receive your weight. Knees are under the hips, and from here we're just going to start rocking the hips side to side, opening up a little bit deeper through those hips. And then we're going to start taking that stretch around. So we start to look around the shoulder, around at the hip or the thigh or the foot. And then we come the opposite direction. Let's do one more on each side. Let's come to center as we inhale. As we exhale, begin to push into your hands. Start to pull the shoulder blades away from each other on the back, rounding that back. Dropping the chin towards the throat. As we inhale, let the chest begin moving forward through the front points of the shoulders and look forward here. Exhale, push into the hands, pull those shoulder blades away from the center, drop the chin. Inhale, look forward, chest comes through, belly's relaxed. And then as we inhale, again, we're coming to neutral. We're going to take that stretch, that cat-cow, a little bit more dynamic next. So we're going to inhale, push into the mat, look forward. As you exhale, begin this next part by curling the belly towards the spine. And then curving the whole back, taking the hips back towards the heels. Inhale, come forward, reach through with the chest. Exhale, belly to spine, hips to heels. Feel that spine beginning to move a little more freely. Inhale, forward again. Exhale. Do one more. Inhale, forward. Exhale all the way back this time. So as you come all the way back, you can settle back into your child's pose. Move the knees away either side, or you can keep them tucked right under you. You can also grab that pillow or blanket. But I want you to reach your hands way out ahead of you. Stretch through the arms. Let the head relax down towards the floor. Feel the hips moving as close to the heels as you can. I want you to breathe into the back ribs for about 3 rounds here. So inhale, expand the back ribs. And exhale, relax everything closer to the floor. Inhale to expand. And exhale to relax. One more. Inhale, expand those back ribs. And exhale. And now we're coming back to our tabletop. We're going to start reaching through the heels very gently, waking up the backs of the legs, through the calves, through the bottoms of the feet, and through the toes. One more on each side. And we start to warm up the core. So as we inhale, this time we're reaching through that right heel and we're leaving the toes up in the air off the ground. So we're nice and flat. Exhale, drop the knee back to the mat. Inhale through the left heel. Reaching way away with that heel. Exhale, drop it down. One more time. Inhale right. Toes face the mat. Exhale it down. Inhale through the left. Exhale it down. Let's start adding the opposite balance with the hand. So as we inhale through the right heel, see if you can get that balance going. Add the left arm. And exhale both down. Inhale through the left heel. When you're ready, add the right arm. Exhale both down. Let's do 3 more on each side. We're just going to march through it. So we inhale, right heel, left hand. Exhale down. Inhale, left heel, right arm. Exhale down. Exhale down. We have 2 more on each side. Keep going with your breath. Last one. Inhale, right heel, left hand. Exhale down. Inhale, left heel, right hand. Exhale down. Take a moment to shake out your wrists if you need that. When you're ready, you can come on back to your tabletop. Check that alignment one more time. So we're going to open out into a modified side plank. So from here, we're going to take this left foot and we're going to rotate it out to the left. We're going to take the left hand just a little bit closer to center. As we inhale, we're going to start to rotate our whole body to face out to the side. So check in where you are. And to challenge the balance, you can take this bottom foot anywhere you need it to go. And if you want to go all the way into the side plank, of course, you can take the side plank. But we're going to stay here for those of us who are being more restorative tonight. We're going to open that body up. Feel the chest move open. Feel the arm get nice and strong. And then when you're ready, take that top arm up, reaching the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Check in with the shoulders so that they feel away from the ears. Let's do 2 more breaths here. One more breath. As we inhale, we're going to start coming back around to tabletop. Back to neutral. Shake it outside to side if you need to. I'm going to flip around the other way so that I'm facing you. We're going to start working the right side. So we're going to begin by taking this right foot, kickstanding it out towards the right. Right hand comes a little closer to center. And then as we inhale, we're rolling out. So check in with your placement. Feel that wrist and elbow relatively under the shoulder. Feel the whole chest open up towards the wall ahead of you. And again, you can challenge that balance by taking the lower foot more in line with the body, or you can leave it kickstanded out towards behind you. And when you're ready, inhale. Reach those left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Think about where your head is. Make sure you feel the head in line with the spine. We're going to breathe here for 2 more breaths. One more breath, inhaling and exhaling. Next time we exhale, we're coming back around to tabletop. Again, we're going to shake it out side to side. We are going to practice some downward facing dog next, so if you need to shake the wrists one more time, take a moment to do so. Move the fingers around if they feel like they need it. And then we come back to tabletop position. We take a deep inhale here. Curl the toes under. As we exhale, we're coming into just a very gentle baby downward facing dog. No full-on dog yet. We have our knees bent. We're pedaling through. Waking up the body into this different stance, into this inversion. So begin to feel the weight shifting into the different support areas. And then the next time we exhale, we're going to come all the way back down to the knees. Realign as you need to. Check that you have your wrists and elbows back under the shoulders. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Inhale, curl the toes under. Exhale all the way into your downward facing dog. So here we push back, push into the hands. Feel those hamstrings stretching away. The backs of the thighs are stretching away towards the wall behind. Now let's stay here for 3 breaths. So inhaling for 1. Let the head relax. Inhaling 2. And exhale. Inhale 3. And exhale. And when you're ready, start to bend the knees again. And you're going to begin walking the feet to the hands or the hands to the feet. Moving towards forward fold. As much forward folding as feels good for you. As you inhale, start to bend your knees, push into the feet, and come all the way to standing. Reach the hands overhead. And exhale the hands to the heart. Take a couple breaths, feeling the weight of the body coming down through the feet. Wiggle the toes. Roll the shoulders up and down the back one more time. And then we're going to step up to the front of the mat. Begin to find mountain pose, Tadasana. So start to notice that the heels are directly under the knees and the hips. Toes are slightly towards each other. Wiggle those toes, make sure that the weight of the body is coming down through the balls and the heel of the foot. Check in with the knees, make sure the knees are not locked. Check in with the belly, exhaling, activating the core. And then again, we take the shoulders away from the ears. The palms face forward as we prepare for our sun salutations. So, sun salutations with no hands tonight. Take your attention to your breath. And the next time you inhale, you're going to start to reach the arms up overhead. As you exhale, begin to forward fold, making sure that you have the belly activated. Bend the knees as necessary as you forward fold. Only forward folding as much as feels good. You can take the fingers to the floor or the sides of the legs. Release the neck here. Inhale up halfway to a nice flat back. Exhale, fold again. And then as we inhale, we bend the knees. Start reaching the arms overhead. Palms gently touch. And exhale the hands to the heart. And we come back to Tadasana. Inhale, reach up. Our second sun salutation. Exhale, fold. All the way down. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, pushing into the feet, reaching all the way up. Don't forget to bend your knees if you need to. Exhale, hands to heart. Back to mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. We have 3 more. Exhale, fold. So exhaling that belly towards the spine as you're folding. Inhale halfway, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we're coming all the way up. And of course, if you want to do full sun salutation, you can do that. We're just keeping it light and easy tonight. Back to mountain pose. 2 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we're coming up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we're reaching up with the arms, standing up tall. And then exhale, back to mountain pose. Last one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, belly to spine as you fold, reaching all the way to forward fold. Inhale, we're coming to half staff pose. Exhale, folding all the way. Inhale, push into the feet, reach all the way up. Exhale, the hands to the heart. And just take a moment here. Let your breath catch up to you. Start to take the body back to mountain pose. From here, we're going to take a deep inhale as we step back with the right foot. And we're coming into wide legs, facing the long edge of our mat. So find that weight shift happening between the 2 feet. Take the lock out of the knees. Make sure you feel like you have good control over the belly, over the core. We're going to work through warrior 2. So as we inhale, we're going to take the right toes up. Rotate that heel out. Rotating the whole leg out to face towards the short edge of our mat. Check in with the left heel. It's a little bit kicked out ahead of the toes. Let's inhale the arms to a T shape here. As we exhale, we bend that front knee. Coming into our warrior 2. Begin to take the gaze over the front fingers. Feel the shoulders dropping away from the ears. Feel how strong your legs are as you push between both of your feet. And then let's stay here for 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Inhale, straighten that front knee. Drop the arms. Let's do that one more time. Inhale through the arms. Exhale, bend the front knee. Again, feel those strong legs, 2 feet pushing away from each other into the mat. Next time we inhale, we're going to rotate that right arm to face upward, and exhale, reach the fingers up towards the ceiling. Peaceful warrior. One more breath here. Inhale, come back to warrior 2. Exhale, take the forearm to the top of the thigh. Open that chest out. So even rotate that whole torso. Move the arm up and down the leg so you find the spot that helps you stay nice and open in this posture. And again, you feel that weight being shifted between 2 feet. The legs are nice and strong. Inhale the left arm up and exhale it next to the ear. Keep breathing. 2 more breaths here. One more breath. We inhale back to warrior 2. As we exhale, we're straightening the front knee, dropping the arms, rotating all the toes to face the long edge of the mat. Step the toes in just a bit for a shorter stance. We're going to do those wide leg squats again. They're so good for the lower body to strengthen and make the balance come back through both of the legs. So toes are facing slightly out. I don't know if you can see my toes, but maybe just towards the corners of your mat. Make sure you check in with the feet and the knees. Nothing's locked. Inhale here. Let's take the hands to the hips. As you exhale, we're going to start taking the tail towards the floor as deep as you can. And then inhale, coming straight up, check in with the knees. As you exhale, knees are following in the direction of the toes. Core is activated. As you inhale, push into those feet, come back up. One more. Deep inhale as you exhale into the squat. And then when you're ready, push into your feet on the inhale. Coming all the way back up. Step the feet together, shake it out. And then we're coming back to mountain pose at the top of the mat for side two. So I'm actually going to go this side so you can see me. All right, from mountain pose, we take an inhalation. We start to step back with the left foot wide, facing the long edge of the mat. From here, we're going to inhale to rotate the left toes out. The whole left leg, as a matter of fact, rotates out, facing the short edge of the mat. Come to center with the body. Deep inhale here. As you exhale, the belly activates. Inhale the arms up, and exhale, warrior two. 2 breaths here. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Feel the legs nice and strong. And then we inhale, straighten the front leg, drop the arms, readjust, check in with the feet. Inhale the arms up again, exhale, warrior two. 2 breaths here in warrior two. 1 more breath. Next time you inhale, rotate the left arm to face upward, and exhale, reach the left fingers up towards the ceiling. Breathing here for 2 breaths. And 1 more breath. Shift forward as you inhale back to warrior two. And then we're going to take that forearm again to the top of the thigh. Check in with the body, so rotate. Feel this leg really activate. This leg supporting. And then once you get that torso rotated to face the wall ahead of you, you're going to inhale the right arm up and exhale it next to your ear. Breathing here for 3 breaths. And 2 breaths. And 1 more breath. Inhale up. And exhale down. Face all the toes forward. We're going to step the feet together. Come back to mountain pose, and it's okay if you're facing your long edge of the mat. We're going to inhale the arms way up here. Exhale. Start to reach the arms behind you. So here you can clasp the fingers if you have accessibility to that. And if not, you can place the hands on the low back behind you, either way. What we're going to do is we're going to inhale to reach up 1 more time to get set up. Exhale, we're reaching behind, either clasping or placing the hands on the low back. As we inhale, we're going to reach the chest up towards the ceiling. So a little back bend, opening up into the upper body. Breathing here for 2 more. 1 more. Inhale, begin to unwind. Reach the arms up again. Exhale the hands to the heart. Step back up to the front of your mat. Inhale up through the arms 1 more time. We're going to do chair pose next. So as we exhale, we're sitting. And if you'd like to have your hands on your hips for better balance, you can. We're going to push into our feet as we inhale and reach up again. Strengthening through the low body. Exhale, belly to spine to sit. So pay attention to where the knees are. As you sit, you're moving your bottom more than anything. And then inhale, reach up one more time. We're going to exhale to sit again. Exhaling to sit. And from this seat, we're finding our way all the way down to our seat. So from here, if you'd like to just start forward folding, reaching the fingers to the floor, you can. Start to take the feet wider, coming down through our garland pose. But if you don't like garland pose, feel free to come down to your seat in any way you would like to. As we come down to our seat, we're going to do a little bit more for practice here. We're going to start in the boat pose position. So feel those sits bones. Straighten the spine long away from the tailbone, crown reaches away. The feet are on the floor. And from here, we're going to rock just back a little bit onto the toes. We're going to inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale down. So we're just strengthening through that core, waking up that core a little more as we inhale, reaching up, and exhaling, hands come down. Now we're going to do that one more time. Inhale, reach up. This time as we exhale, we're going to take the arms towards the right. Inhale, reach up again. Exhale, arms to the left. Do that one more time. Inhale, reach up. This time, if you want to take hands to the heart as you exhale, or you can still reach, whichever is easiest or more comfortable. Inhale, reach up again. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, reach up. Take the hands down as you exhale. If you want to go to that boat pose for just a breath or two. And then we're going to take the feet to the floor. From here, you're going to find your way back onto the back. So if you want to keep challenging the core, you can do that slow roll. You just take your time, controlling that descent all the way back down to the back. Reach the arms way up here. And then begin to reach the feet way up. Start to take the soles of the feet towards each other. So from here, you can grab the feet, or you can grab through the shins. Whatever accessible to you, you can just begin moving into that supine bound angle posture. Keep breathing here, and then we're going to start to take the left sole to the floor and take the right ankle on top, moving into pigeon. Wrap both hands around the left leg. Just take a moment to stretch through. One more breath. As you inhale, begin to unwrap. I'm going to take the left ankle on top of the right knee. Move into your pigeon for 3 breaths. Inhale, start to take that right sole of the foot back to the floor. Unwrap the left ankle, walk the feet nice and wide. Let the edges of the feet touch the outer edges of your mat. We're going to reach those arms up again one more time. Start to take hold of the elbows here. Let the shoulder blades come back down to the floor. Deep inhale at center. As you exhale, knees fall to the left, elbows fall over to the right. And the head can fall in the same direction as the knees if you'd like to add the head to the stretch. Inhale, we're coming through center. Exhale to twist. Inhale through center again. You can release the elbows. Start to hug the knees back to you. Either hugging the knees in, or if you'd like to take happy baby. And then as you're ready, you can start making your way onto your back, Shavasana. So we are moving into Yoga Nidra right after this class. If you're not staying for Yoga Nidra, we're just going to work through a very slow, quick Shavasana here for those who aren't staying. If you are staying, feel free to stay relaxed down as I end this class. So as you're lying down on your back, tuck your shoulder blades under. Give some space between the feet. Give some space between the arms and the body. Gently move the head from side to side and let the head relax at the center. And then begin to blink the eyes open and closed and opened and then closed for a few breaths. Feel the weight of the body relaxing down to the floor now with every exhalation. Let everything that you've accumulated in the body today, tension, worries, joys even, just sort of melt away and give that body a moment of stillness as you breathe. Those of us who are staying through for Yoga Nidra, we do have about 2 or 3 minutes, about 2 minutes before we begin. So if anybody does need to actually move and go to the restroom, you can do that now. And if anybody's moving towards going back to your evening, I would like to take a moment with you just to sit and say, thank you for joining us for practice this evening. May we be healthy, may we be happy, and may we be at peace. Namaste.